Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Jeremy Craves here with an episode of Impressions, Questions, and Answers. In this video, I'll focus on Mr. Shifty on Nintendo Switch, its comparisons to Hotline Miami, and answer if the similarities warrant the comparison. First, let's talk about Hotline Miami. What is it? Hotline Miami is a top-down, twin-stick shooter. Why is it good? I personally loved it for having great control, challenging gameplay, and an excellent soundtrack. So one by one, how does Mr. Shifty hold up? 1. How does it control? Well, to my surprise, this is not a twin-stick shooter. The right toggle is to move the field of view, and all movement is done with the left toggle. I personally prefer the control and precision you have with twin-stick, like in Hotline Miami. Does it make it impossible to line up the perfect shot? No, in this game control is fine. I just think this is the most important thing to point out. The killing will be done with your fists, melee weapons, throwing projectiles, and bombs. No shooting. Whenever I died, it was my fault. No issues with buttons responding poorly or anything like that. The game was patched by the time I played it, so I didn't really have any issues with frame rate. 2. Is Mr. Shifty difficult in comparison to Hotline Miami? I would say no. I'm not an elite, high-level gamer. I couldn't get a perfect score on every Hotline Miami level for what it's worth. Through the first 5 levels of Mr. Shifty, I had a concern I don't often have. This game was too easy. From the start, you can dash 5 times in a very short period of time, followed by a short cooldown. As I'm having this concern, it introduces a combo bar that, once filled up, will slow down time automatically if you are about to get shot. Now I'm thinking, damn it, I might not die again. The final third or so of the 18-level campaign toughens up, thankfully. Took me just under 4 hours to beat the game, with 26 minutes coming on the final level. Puts you up against some clever obstacles, as well as some pretty intense waves of enemies that will force you to keep moving and react fast. 3. How does the soundtrack compare? Let's have a listen to a few different levels. All done from one composer, at Kenmoth. Hotline Miami licensed music and had various artists set the tone for each level. Mr. Shifty had one tone with everything coming from one artist. No complaint, everything pointed out so far is for the sake of comparison. So why are we having this conversation? Why did I buy this game thinking I was getting a Hotline Miami experience while playing as a Nightcrawler-like character? Well, here's a clip from the first trailer that caught my eye. Here are some of the previews and reviews that included the comparison. For these reasons important to me, I feel the comparison was not justified. They are both top-down, both stories are told through text boxes, and both have music, but the similarities end there. Mr. Shifty is not the Hotline Miami I was hoping for on Switch. Now I'm not saying Mr. Shifty is a bad game. Just don't go into it with these expectations. Mr. Shifty is a different type of game. Overall, I did enjoy. Is it worth $15? I think $10 would be the perfect price point, but Team Shifty and this game have potential, so I'm not going to get upset over $5. I do hope their next game reaches that potential, and I'll keep an eye out for it. I will end by making a prediction. I honestly think we will get Hotline Miami and more Devolver Digital titles on Switch in 2018. Nintendo is no longer shying away from violent games, with Bethesda bringing Doom and Wolfenstein to the platform. Devolver has confirmed they are also bringing Into the Gungeon as well as a new title, Pikuniku, to the Switch. With my luck, they'll announce all this shortly after uploading the video. So that was my impressions, questions, and answers. Hopefully if you're thinking about buying this game, I've helped you come closer to a decision. Please feel free to like, dislike, and or subscribe. Leave a comment or reach out on social media, let me know what you think of Hotline Miami or Mr. Shifty. Crave Snow on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. Thank you for watching, everyone.